Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the 6 a.m. Swingers Club Kettlebell Training with Sensei David Hills.
And Coach Kendra McLaughlin.
Good morning. It's Monday morning. Welcome to all of you. We're just going to wait a couple of minutes for people to hop on with us this Monday morning and see. How are you doing this morning?
Oh, I'm just ducky.
We're laughing because we had the bright idea of going on a hike yesterday. Now that sounds great, right? When we talked about it, hey, let's go on a hike on Sunday. And we decided to go to a local place. It's called Tumble Down Mountain. It's not too far from here.
Local, if you're in Maine, it's an hour and a half.
Drive. So it's not bad. It's beautiful. We live in a beautiful, beautiful state. And so we decided to head out to this hike, get everything ready. We left at 7:30 yesterday morning because it was going to be 90 degrees here. So we wanted to get up into the mountains before it got too hot. Well, this is the first time I've ever hiked, really. Like, I've never been hiking before. I mean, other than, I've been on a few small trails, but wouldn't even consider them trails after what we did yesterday. And David hadn't hiked this particular hike in like 20 years. So he, for some reason, forgot a lot about like rocks that we had to climb up. And anyway, it was really more than what someone should be doing on the first day.
It was kind of at the crossover between hiking and climbing.
Now, so here's what ended up happening. I'm not afraid of heights, really, because I used to be a flight attendant, so I'm not afraid of heights per se. And what we figured out, this took us all day to kind of assess what was going on, but fear overcame me. We had to climb up rocks, like facing out into nothing, straight up, like nothing to hang on to, but this little crevice in the rock. And I literally faced the most difficult fear in my entire life yesterday.
Which in turn made me face some terrible fears.
So I literally got to the point where I was stopped, like on a rock, like we're hugging the mountain, and I just couldn't go any further. I started crying. My whole body was shaking. It was scary as hell. I was scared to death, like literally fear. And at one point I said to David, I'm just going to stay here. You're going to have to bring in supplies. But I knew that wasn't, I was on a rock in the middle of a mountain, and the other thing is, the choices I had were to either climb back down the hardest spot that we just came up, or continue going and get to the top, and then you can walk down the other side of the mountain. So I really had no choice but to keep going. So I literally had to talk myself, along with David, talk myself into moving my hand and my foot, and that I was going to be okay on the outside of this effing rock. I'm not going to try not to swear this morning. But it was literally to the point of, like, there was all kinds of chemicals running through my body, stopped me cold. Like, literally that fear, I couldn't move. I could not move. He had to, like, literally talk me into what the next step is. Okay, you're going to put your hand here. You're doing okay. And before we went up, I asked him a few questions about the hike. And he said, oh, don't worry, there's going to be handles that you can hang on to.
To be truthful, they work.
Okay, these handles, we went up, what was it called? The chimney? The chimney. Now, the chimney is, first of all, you don't get to the chimney until you're almost to the top, right? Because the chimney's at the top. And the chimney is a crevice in the rocks that's going straight up that you have to climb up. And the handle, one handle was up here, you can't even reach it. and the other handle is over here, and then the third handle is up into the crevice of the rock. So you had to like lift yourself up, put your foot on this handle. It's a metal handle that somebody had, God bless them for getting up there and doing that. And then I get up there and we're on this mountain. It's 3,000 feet tall, 3,500 feet tall, the mountain. And I get up there and I have this, it's just a weird sensation for me because I've never been up on a mountain before like that. And just being up that high was, with nothing on the sides of you, was really weird for me. So it was a whole new sensation for me to get used to. And, you know, now that I'm on the ground, and we made it down, you know, I'm glad I did it and worked through a lot of that fear and really felt it. I mean, I didn't have a choice. It took me down, but I was grateful for a lot of things. My trust in David, the fact that he kept calm in the midst of my shenanigans. We had Bugaboo with us, and she's a climbing dog. She's like this little dog, and she's climbs. And she was able to climb all those rocks, and it was an adventure, but it made me face a lot of things. Seriously, that was the scariest thing I've ever done in my life. And I jumped out of a plane last year. This was scarier because it was prolonged. It was like a mile and a half of torture up fucking the outside of rocks. Whereas jumping out of a plane, it's done within seconds. You're done and you've got the parachute open and it's, you know, maybe 10 seconds long. This was a prolonged torture.
No one bothered us about not wearing masks.
And we wondered why nobody was on the trail that we were on. You can't even find it on the map. Like when you look at the map of the whole place, we took a map with us when we get home. It's not, they don't even list that trail on the map.
Not anymore.
Oh my gosh. But anyway, wow. You know, if you looked at my quote this morning, fear is a manufactured. I mean, your body is trying to tell you, warn you that something could be happening that could be dangerous, but you can also talk yourself past that fear, which is what I ended up doing yesterday. And, you know, one of the biggest moments of my life on it, obviously, and honestly, I had to be vulnerable. I had to face the fact that I was in this situation that I needed to, I didn't have a choice. I had to go up. Like I didn't even sleep last night. I don't think I was on the mountain the whole night. Oh my gosh. Anyway, I will stop there because we have a kettlebell workout to do this morning.
We're gonna hobble through it.
Actually, I'm not sore. I'm not that sore. We were both really, really tired last night, and feeling it because it was a long, long day, but I'm feeling pretty good this morning. So welcome to all of you. Let's see who's on with us before we go further. And we have a couple of people that I will wave to on my Instagram.
Poonam
is here. Lisa, Randy, love you. We were up in, what was the name of that town? Roxbury, which I had gone up with your brother, Randy. Beautiful, beautiful area. So pretty up there. All right. So what will we be working on?
We're going to be taking it easy this morning.
What?
We're just going to be doing a little light warm up and then a workout, an easy one.
It's Monday.
All right. Okay. All right. Let's just warm up just a little bit. Actually, let's start with some bounces. So here we go.
You just want to keep your shoulders loose. So I want to give a shout out to, while I'm bouncing here, to my aunt Barbara, who's 75, and she just started walking on the treadmill just a couple of months ago, and now she's walking on her treadmill twice a day. She's 75, and she was not doing it.
She's lost about 40 pounds.
Yeah, she looks great, and she started up just a couple of months ago.
Hands up. Bend your knees, shaking off water.
This is again, keep your arms loose. It's just like you're shaking off water off your hands. This feels so good on my shoulders. Wow. This is the best way to get yourself started your day. If you do not have a morning routine that includes moving your body, point to yourself and say, I need to get a morning routine that moves my body. Even if it's just stretching, even if it's just going for a walk, it doesn't have to be anything major. But particularly as we age, we need to move our bodies. If you sit, you're sedentary, and you're not doing some sort of workout, you're going to get sick. And as you get older, you're going to get stiff. And this one before too, keep your arms just like spaghetti. Just using your hips. Stretching like the hip flexors. You can feel it. And what's cool about these workouts is I literally had to use my psoas yesterday, which is here, right, in order to pull myself up, in order to climb up the rocks that I need, in order to stay balanced on the outside of the mountain. I had to tighten up my psoas. So any of these kettlebell workouts will help you when you're in other situations in life where you have to move your body and you have to use these works.
Walking, climbing, jumping,
Pulling.
stretching,
Yeah.
twisting.
This feels good too. On my arms. It feels weird when you first do this move. You leave your arms are soft and just moving your body side to side. But once you get the hang of it, it's one of my favorites.
Let's just do a couple of squats just to get the hips and knees wide.
All right, this one.
It's terribly painful for anybody else.
I don't know who else climbed the mountain yesterday. I was telling David yesterday in the climb, I hated him 4 times. I loved him 10 times because he saved my life. And he was like a dad to me 6 times. So there was a whole lot of emotions going on yesterday.
Okay. Gonna roll straight back and straight back up. You can grab the backs of your knees, hands on your knees, either way.
Sure. This massage is for spine.
Turn your feet to one side. Roll back. Switch your feet. Come back up on the other side. Same thing. Switch. Come on. Okay.
This is really getting my bottom.
Finding the spots. They're sore. All right. Pick yourself up.
No, the other thing is when you do something really, really difficult, like I did yesterday, it makes everything else seem so much easier. Everything in life is easy now.
Yeah. Okay, put the handle east and west. Put your feet on either side of the kettlebell. Whew. Here we go. Reach down with 2 hands, pick it up, seat the shoulders, drive into the heels. Nice. Orbit it around the body 10 times. And 1, 2, Other way. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Beautiful. Put the handles north and south. Hoist it up. You're going to bring it to one side and then the other. 1, 2. Tighten your belly. 3. Grip with your toes. 4, 5. Keep your shoulders seated. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 more. 1, 2. Don't let your body move. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Grab the handle. Now you're going to swing it to the side. Right back up. 2, 3, 4. Bring it to the middle. Change hands. Bring it to the rack. Put his hand up. You're going to swing to the side. Hoist it up. 1. 5.
Use your hips. That.
3, 4, 5. Change hands. Bring it to the rack. 5 swings to the rack on each side. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Change hands. 5. Change hands. Overhead. Press 1. Return. Swing. Rack. Press. 2. Swing. Rack. Press. 3. Swing. Rack. Press. 4. One more. Return. Change hands. 1, 2. Last one. Pull it in. Set it down.
Woo. I'm actually using the bigger kettlebell today.
Nice.
For my. Just have to make sure that my elbows locked out and I have it positioned in the right spot.
Yeah.
But it feels good.
Very nice. Okay, we're going to do some rotations around the forearm. We're going to bring the kettlebell to the rack position. Swing the ball around to the front. Bring it to the back. 2, 3, 6, And change hands. One, two, three, 6, 7, 10. Sit down.
That one was difficult. I had to use my hand on the
That's
last
fine.
part.
That's good.
But
Okay, you're going to do the same thing with a handle stand position. You can put your hand on top of the ball to balance it, and then rotate. Ball stays still this time. Grab the kettlebell, pinky to the middle of the handle, bring it up to a handle stand position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Change hands. 6, 7, 8, 10. Bring it down. All right, so on this one, I think you want to do smart. We're going to do some handle stand presses.
okay.
So we're going to swing the kettlebell up to a handle stand and then press it overhead. We're only going to do 5 each side. Maybe 3. We'll see how it goes. Okay. Feet on either side of the bell. Pinky to the middle of the handle. Pick the bell up. Swing to the handle stand. Press. 1. Just use the other hand to help. 3. One, 2,
This is all about balance and strength. Wow, that was impressive. Handle stands are difficult for me.
They really are. It takes systemic stabilization.
I would have to use this little tiny one. That's the one that I should
You have to
use.
stabilize everything, use everything in your body to stabilize and balance it, and then just the muscles necessary to make it move.
So that's a really good example of the connective tissues. Instead of just using just your muscles, it's literally working the connective tissues in your arms and hands and everything, really.
That's right. Well, it takes the kettlebell to point out to people, strength is not about your musculature. Movement is about the musculature. Strength is about the solidification of connective tissue.
Okay.
Yeah. Whew. Okay, let's come on down to the floor a bit.
Get the feeling that this is not going to be a rest on the floor.
No, we're not going to rest on the floor. What we're going to do, we're going to put the kettlebell in a rack position. I'm going to lie back, roll back, press the kettlebell to a lockout, and then bend my elbow and come back to this position. It looks like this. I press and return back to a racked position. Give that a try, Miss Kendra. We'll make sure you're on the right track. Roll back and press. Re-rack it. Come on. So you want to go all the way to lockout immediately so that you're not bending your arm while you're way back there. Okay? Let's do 5 of them. Here we go. Extend. 1. Set it down.
Do that.
Nice. Put it in the other hand. Mostly this is coordination. Here we go.
Whew, I kind of like those.
Yeah,
It's funny when you go from one side to the other.
it's different, isn't
I
it?
was like, hello.
Okay. Let's come on back up. Get into a forward leaning stance. Back leg is straight, front leg is bent. Rest your elbow on your knee. We're going to do 5 rows. Bring the handle to your hip and then back down where it is now. Right now it's next to your foot. Pull it back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Change feet. Pull. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. Okay, we're going to do something a little different today. Change hands on the kettlebell. Lock your elbow, seat your shoulder. Back to a one-handed plank position. Step back up. Change hands. That's the one I want you to practice. Ultimately, I want you to be able to go sideways, picking up one hand and one leg.
Wow.
Bit of a
Hurts my hands.
yeah, it's a little rough on the hand. That's why we're going to practice this because it's your grip piece of this that's going to be the difficult part of the beginning. Okay. Isn't no way.
What? Who? Oh, yeah.
All right. Let's do one more exercise.
That's my foot.
We're going to do 10 snatches. 10 in a row on each side. So no changing at 5. Here we go. You ready?
And that's all the way up.
It's all the way up. Let's do it. And 1. All the way to lockout in one shot. 2, 3, 4, 5,
And on the
6.
side.
Yeah. 10. Change hands. Last exercise. 1, 2, And set it down.
That was hard.
Nicely done, folks.
All right. So today we were talking about fear.
Oh, you know what we were going to talk about this week was food. Forgot all about it.
Well, I kind of didn't forget about it. The fear thing over.
That's all right.
I had some words to say about fear.
We'll talk about food tomorrow.
Yeah. But what are you going to do today that you have been fearful about, that you're going to be able to move past? It's all in your mind, believe me. I talked myself into climbing on the outside of big, huge rocks on a mountain yesterday.
Crumano?
Crumano, that's...
Shabaria's dad?
Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you for being here today. It really is all in your mind, and part of the way I talked myself out of it was I made friends with my fear, and I said to my fear, hello, I know you're here to protect me, but I'm okay. So you can stay by my side, but I'm going to move past you. And I literally had to talk to my fear like that. You heard me talking to myself yesterday. I mean, I was in such fear mode that I turned into, at one point, the little girl, Kendra, came out, and we were up at the top of the mountain, and I thought we were done, and there was another short leg to go, and I literally turned into a little 5-year-old, and I just was like, I started bawling. I said, I'm not having fun. This is not fun at all for me. I hate it up here. I literally was 5 years old, and I felt 5 years old at the time. David's standing there looking at me going, I really didn't expect this to happen. And honestly, I didn't either. That's how fear takes you over. You think, okay, I'm going to do this. And then your body literally takes over. But you can talk yourself past that fear. So think of something today or this week that you've been fearful about, that you haven't been able to move past. And we can help each other move past that fear, because once you're on the other side of that fear, that's where the glory is. We made it to the top of the mountain. There was a lake up at the top of the mountain. It was absolutely gorgeous. It was so well worth it. But anyway, that's my message for today. I hope everybody has a beautiful Monday. Sending you all love, joy, peace, and happiness to all of you, particularly the ones who are suffering today. We will see you tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. for the Swingers Club Kettlebell training. And if you do not have a kettlebell yet, point to yourself and say, I need to get a kettlebell. And you need to do this workout with me. I mean, this is an awesome strength building, body movement. Yeah, workout. You know, as I have said before, in a couple of weeks, I'll be 58 years old. David is 50.
I'll be 53.
53, coming up on 53. And so I'm in the best shape of my entire life. And it has to do with eating good, getting your rest, and moving your body, and also working on your strength and on your mind. The mindset has a lot to do with it as well. But thank you for joining us today. Appreciate all of your support, and have a fantastic Monday.